Hey kids, so what we're going to be working on today is adding one more thing to the noun chart before the midterm exam, and that is the genitive case. So you're going to need your flip chart and a pencil, and for those of you who are very, very concerned about being neat and having straight lines, possibly a ruler. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to start, we're using the purple tab. The purple tab is the genitive tab, and I'm going to draw a line under the blue tab so that I have a bottom border, okay, just like that. And then what I'm going to write here is genitive, okay? I'm going to write genitive right there on the purple tab. And then, just like I have in the past, I'm going to put singular and plural, singular, plural, singular, plural for my first three columns. I'm so bad at spatial alignment and reverse, kids. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to write my endings. So for the first column, the genitive singular is A-E. The plural is A with a long mark, R-U-M. For the second column, the singular is I with a long mark, and then the plural is O with a long mark, R-U-M. For the third column, the genitive singular is I-S, no long marks, and the plural is the letters U-M. So those are your genitive case endings for the first, second, and third declensions. Okay? If you need to, go ahead and pause the video here so that you can see what you're writing down. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it up. I'm just going to crease down my blue here, so I'm working on my purple. And I'm going to do what I've done in the past, and I do like straight lines. So I'm going to split this into 2/3 here on the left, 1/3 on the right. And on the left, I'm going to write uses. And on the right, I'm going to write examples. So the first use, and for the genitive case, you'll probably end up, if you take all 4 years of Latin, you'll probably end up having maybe like, I don't know, 4 or 5 uses of the genitive. If you only take Latin for 1 to 2 years, you'll only have 2 uses, 2 to 3 uses, so space accordingly. The first function of the genitive is it shows possession. So in parentheses here, I'm going to put apostrophe S, and then I'm going to put a comma and put follows of. Okay, so this is what I've written for the genitive case. So again, if you need to, go ahead and pause and write those things down. Okay, so for example, over here, I'm going to put number 1 in example, and I'm going to put Aurelia cubiculum marquee with an I over a long marker over the I, intra. So if I look at this example, I have to ask myself, which one of those 4 words has a genitive case ending? So if I look at my purple tab, I notice that the ending I with a long mark is genitive case. So I'm going to underline the word marquee and put a box around the I so that I draw my attention to I being genitive and marquee being a word with a genitive ending. So I can translate marquee one of 2 ways. I can translate it with an apostrophe, Marcus's, or I can translate it of Marcus. So the translation for number 1 would be subject Aurelia, verb enters, direct object the bedroom, cubiculum, And then the genitive is fluff, okay? So for Marky, I have two options. Whoop. I can either translate it with, over here. I can translate it with Marcus's, I can give him an apostrophe, or I can say of Marcus. So I'm going to put Aurelia enters the bedroom of Marcus. And that is how you translate the genitive case. Okay? For the second use, I'm going to write the genitive singular ending is the second word in the dictionary listing. This will make no sense until we work on it in class, so just write this down. The genitive singular ending is the second word in the dictionary listing. This word tells you what declension, and behind the word declension, which is a new word, you can put parentheses, family, a noun belongs to. Sorry, that's a long use explanation that I'm actually not going to explain in this video. We're going to practice it together. It's one of these things that is like riding a bicycle. If you explain it, it's kind of confusing, or like baseball, but if you play it, it just makes sense. Okay, so we're going to practice use number 2 in class. Okay, so those are your functions of the genitive case.